Yo, what's up guys? Teacher Paul over here, and today we have a coffee request. If you want to request a video, click over here or go over to Buy Me Coffee. Link is in the pinned comments, and thank you so much for your support. Today's video is the Norse myth that inspired The Lord of the Rings. This is a TED Ed video, and I hope it doesn't get blocked. Thank you so much, Whiplash, for the donation here. And this video is also from Whiplash. It's a coffee request, and Whiplash says, after diving more into Norse mythology, many of us draw links to Tolkien's universe and how he clearly was influenced by Norse mythology. Thank you so much, Lena, for the super chat. Thank you guys so much. As a huge fan myself, I cannot leave out some videos explaining it, which might make it easier for us to understand Norse mythology. Red thread. Let's start with the ring. Okay, let's go. This is from TED Ed, and I really hope it doesn't get blocked.
The supreme god Odin was exploring the 9 realms with his travel companions Heimir and the notoriously mischievous Loki. After a long journey, the three reached a waterfall in Nedavetlir, the subterranean land of the dwarves, and stopped for water. Odin and Henir were eager to meet Hreidmar, the king of the dwarves, but Loki was bored and hungry. Spotting an otter nearby, Loki tossed a stone at its head, killing the animal. He kept its pelt and slouched after the others. When they greeted Hreidmar, the king paled, for the pelt belonged to none other than his shape-shifting son. Hreidmar summoned his 2 surviving sons, Fafnir and Regin, and bound the gods. He decided he would let them go in exchange for gold, as was the custom, but only if they
Do we need subtitles?
could fill the otter pelt with the finest gold until not even a hair was visible. Because of how the otter skin stretched, this meant procuring a nearly impossible amount. But Loki had an idea.
Loki, I like how she says Loki.
The dwarves were master craftspeople. One of them, Andvari, was said to forge marvelous creations. Andvari often took the form of a fish, and one day he dove deeper than ever before. So deep he reached the land of the water nymphs, who guarded mounds of gold.
Wow.
At first, Andvari merely wanted to see their treasures for himself. But when the nymphs laughed at his awkward appearance, Andvari grew infuriated and seized their gold. With it, he crafted himself a special ring. As long as he wore it, Andvari's wealth would grow and grow. Loki saw Andvari's riches as the perfect solution to their problem. He returned to the waterfall, conjured a huge net, and extracted a wriggling fish. As Andvari squirmed, Loki jeered that he'd kill him unless he handed over his treasure. Andvari directed Loki to his lair. Satisfied with the heaps of gold he saw there, Loki freed Andvari. But a sudden glint off of one of the dwarves' fingers alerted Loki that he'd missed the most powerful treasure of all.
Wait a
Despite
second.
Andvari's pleas, Loki tore the ring away. Seething, Andvari cursed the ring, declaring that it would be the doom of all its subsequent owners. Back at the palace, Andvari's gold appeared to completely cover the otter's skin. But as Hreidmar inspected the pelt, he saw a single bare whisker peeking out. So the gods relinquished the ring. As Hreidmar slipped it onto his finger, Regin shuddered at the greed in his father's eyes, while his brother Fafnir looked on in envy. Later, when Fafnir demanded that the king share the wealth, Hreidmar refused. So Fafnir killed his father, pried the coveted ring from his finger, and fled the palace with the treasure.
Is he Gollum?
He came to rest in a cave where he curled around his new possessions. The ring warped him inside and out.
Wow.
And over time, Fafnir morphed into a gruesome dragon.
Oh, wow. Wait a
Meanwhile,
second.
Fafnir's betrayal and guarded treasure.
No, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. So you're telling me that Lord of the Rings literally took the story and added it? Because I remember there's a dragon with there's the what you call it? Yeah, like the gold and the treasures. That's crazy. This is actually wow.
Bore into Regin's mind. He finally enlisted the help of his loyal foster son, a warrior named Sigurd.
So he's
to
the
slay
dragon.
the monster his brother had become. Sigurd did as instructed. Afterwards, Regin asked Sigurd to roast the beast's heart so he could consume it. Sigurd obeyed and tasted the heart's blood before serving him. But as soon as the liquid met Sigurd's tongue, he understood the chatter of the surrounding birds. They were singing of but one thing. Regin was going to kill him. So Sigurd slayed Regin and seized the wealth for himself. This was only the beginning. Over the coming years, the ring would tear families apart, doom lovers, and empower, then ultimately destroy any who had it in their possession. Andvari's curse set a vicious cycle in motion that would consume many lives and inspire some of the most influential works of the 19th and 20th centuries.
Dude,
One of the best-known adaptations was J.R.R. Tolkien's epic saga, The Lord of the Rings. And good news, there's a new audiobook version narrated by none other than Gollum himself, the
Gollum.
brilliant Andy Serkis. You can download it for free at audible.com/TED-Ed.
Ooh, that is so tempting. Maybe I'll listen to Lord of the Rings. That's a nice thing to do. But anyways, I am shocked how much this is Norse mythology and how similar it is. So the dragon, the treasures, the ring of power. That is so crazy. Smog is smug. It's so much that is borrowed from the Norse mythology. Tolkien was studying it deeply. She called it an adaptation, but it feels like a ripoff now. I mean, I'm not complaining. That The Lord of the Rings is one of the best movies I've ever seen. And I mean that. I've seen the book. I haven't read it. I started reading it, because my brother was a big fan. My brother is a big fan of reading. I'm not really a big fan of reading. I like to listen and watch. That's how I prefer. Rather than reading. I don't know, it hurts my eyes for some reason. But anyways, that is so surprising to me. Because I didn't know. As I told you guys, I'm learning only now I'm learning more about Norse mythology. And I didn't know that Loki was involved with the Ring of Power here. That's so crazy, isn't it, guys? That's so crazy. And it's interesting because there's like a blurred line here now between at some point I was watching the video and I knew it was Norse mythology, but I was in my back of my mind, wait. Is she talking about Lord of the Rings now? Or is she still talking about Norse mythology? It's crazy, isn't it? When you guys watched it for the first time or read the book for the first time, how did you feel like, wait, I've seen this story before? It's crazy, isn't it? So cool. Anyways, guys, we're going to go check out more Norse mythology, which is linked to Lord of the Rings. If you are here for the Lord of the Rings, this channel is Nordic channel, okay? If you want to watch more stuff that isn't related to Nordic, I have my main channel here. But if you're here for all the Nordic stuff, then stick around, like, subscribe, and you're welcome. If you want to request a video, go over to Buy Me a Coffee, just like Whiplash did. You can click over here, or click over here to see my educational playlist. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.